Hello everyone, guys, straight to the content. We've seen quite a big pump in Bitcoin up to, again, almost $29,000 right here, which is putting our profit on our long trade back at $86,000, which is absolutely incredible. But the thing is, guys, there are so many things right now we need to discuss. So many things literally happened in the last 24 hours that you cannot really afford to miss. And I think it's going to dictate as to what is going to be happening in the next days and weeks as well. So please watch this video. Seriously, I'm serious. Watch this video from the beginning and until the end so that you understand exactly what is happening and what I'm personally expecting. We're going to go to the chart as well. We're going to talk about the chart. We're going to talk about the dollar rising and everything that is happening. It's crazy stuff. And right now I think we're standing at a pivotal moment in the history of the financial world. I mean, no joke. So let's just dive straight into this. And guys, remember, if you want an exchange that you can actually trust, where I'm personally trading, this is over on Bybit. And with my exclusive link down in the description of this video, you can claim up to $30,000 in initial deposit bonuses. And also all deposited users get a lifetime free access to my trading community, where I post all of my trades and the trades of my team. There is also a link to it down in the description of this video. So now that the shield is out of the way, let's just jump straight into this. And let's talk first about the positives. And then we're going to jump into some really shady stuff, honestly. So first things first, that we've seen a huge pump in Dogecoin. And if you didn't see my previous video about Dogecoin, where a lot of people are saying that it's gonna 10x in the next 90 days, I did a video on it. I'm gonna link it up here. Check it out. It's a very important Dogecoin video so that you don't get burnt and don't miss out on the move. So anyway, Dogecoin started last two bull runs, and this David whatever guy says that after the Doge's impressive rise, but basically he's claiming that previous two bull runs actually started with Dogecoin's bull run. So the big up move in Dogecoin. Quite frankly, if you can find this article online, I just want to point this out that in my opinion, this most likely is just a coincidence. So just wanted to put it out there, but it is an interesting coincidence. So next thing, which is very positive for the markets, and the reason why we're saying potentially the pump in Bitcoin right now, is the job openings actually tumbled below 10 million in the United States in February for the first time in nearly 2 years. So this is what Fed is waiting for. The Fed is waiting for the economy to slow down with the rate hikes, and this was something that is going to influence their decision on the next interest rate, on the potential pivot closer to this year, maybe next year. So this is very positive, even though this is very negative, because people are going to start losing jobs and unemployment is going to start going up. But at least, for the markets, because this is going to signalize that the Fed is doing its job. So this is the positive thing. Now, also one more positiveness before we move to some shady stuff, honestly, and before we talk about the chart and all the price targets. This is right here, that the accumulation, the adoption of Bitcoin is just parabolic. I mean, look at this, guys. Right now, here, we are here. So despite the price move, this is an inverse correlation. It just shows how resilient and strong Bitcoin community is, because people understand the future of this and the implication of this. So that's why I keep accumulating Bitcoin regardless of the price, quite frankly. So that's why we're saying right now that the Bitcoin shrimps are like the bigger holders, have been aggressively accumulating recently. So this is very positive. But guys, on this, positive news actually end. And let's talk about Tether. Stablecoin issuer Tether accessed US banking system using Signature. And the Signature Bank, as we might remember, actually collapsed. And Tether actually went out and said that, oh no, Tether doesn't have any exposure to Signature Bank. However, right now, as it turns out, that Signature was pretty much the only access for Tether into the US banking system. Just imagine this for a second. This is actually quite crazy. So, and right now we've seen that the stablecoin issuer Paxos, reportedly at the time, it had like 250 million tied to Signature, while Tether's chief technology officer Paolo said that the firm didn't have any exposure to failed bank. And now it actually turns out that they had exposure, but how big, we don't know. Is it going to affect Tether and what is happening? We don't know. But this FUD is out there. Is this just FUD? We will find out. But this, guys, is quite important in my personal humble opinion. Now, next piece of news, which is also quite bad right now, which is affecting everything. Like, watch this video till the end. Like, the last pieces I want to show you here, which is still half of the stuff we still yet have to cover, is quite crazy. So OPEC alliance announces surprise production cuts from OPEC Plus decided suddenly to cut production of oil, and because of this we're actually seeing a huge spike in the oil price, if I'm gonna find it right here. So we're seeing a significant, I mean, look at this actual gap. It's absolutely crazy, from 75 to 80 bucks gaps, and this is not good at all. Why? Because rising oil price, and it went up by 25%. So rising oil prices affect inflation. This is something that Fed has no control over. So this is not good, and this is, potentially something that the OPEC is just going against the United States. It's just going, like, this side of the world is just against US, and they don't want to be complying at all. So this is very negative in general for the United States. So yeah, this is quite painful. And also to consider that Japan actually bought Russian, to add insult to injury, Japan bought Russian oil over $60 a barrel, because there is this, US was part of this, price cap for Russian oil as part of sanctions. Russia cannot sell oil over $60, blah, blah, blah. And Japan was like, yeah, screw you, whatever, I'm gonna go and buy Russian oil for more than 60 bucks. So there is huge retaliation against the United States, and therefore directly against the petrodollar. And this is quite great. And considering that there is a good chance that Japan is buying oil from Russia, they're not even doing it in dollars anymore. Like, imagine this for a second, guys. Right now, to add more insult to the injury. And remember, guys, if you want to see all of my personal trades and the trades of my team, then go down into the description of this video and join my free Discord channel. This is where we post all of my trades and the trades of my team. And actually, there's like 36,000 traders right here. It's crazy. And the trade results of our members are absolutely astonishing. I mean, I can go through these for like eternity. I mean, absolutely. Not every trade is a profit, obviously. There's no such thing as a, constant profits, but we're doing really well overall. And what you have to do is join VIP signal section. And the only way you can do this, and it's absolutely free, you need to use your Bybit UID to join this. And you have to use my link down in the description of this video to Bybit, deposit money into your account, and join this Discord channel for free for lifetime and trade together with us. Okay, going back to this right here. So Malaysia's Prime Minister says that there is no reason for Malaysia to consider continue depending on the dollar. Ooh, this is like a blow after a blow to US dollar. Guys, this is serious. So now Malaysia and China are discussing Asian fund to cut US dollar dependency completely. Guys, you have to wake up, please, because right now it's potentially the turning point in the history of global finance. And the dollar, for this reason, I mean, for all the things I've just mentioned, we're still seeing an increased chance of no rate hike in May from Fed. And also what we're seeing, if we're going to go to the dollar index, the dollar is falling. Look, I mean, it looks like a free. So what we have to cover is the level of 100.9, which is historically, this was the support right here. So we need to cover this to the downside, and potentially this is serving all of what I've just mentioned. People are starting to lose more and more faith in the dollar, and certainly where are they going to be going into US long-term treasuries? No thank you. Silicon Valley Bank did enough of this, and 190 other banks as well. So no thanks. So then gold, yes, potentially gold, because if we're going to take a look at gold, we're gonna see a huge pump. Actually, we're not talking much about gold, but on this channel, because it's not that exciting for me, to be honest. And I have some physical gold, but I'm not ever trading gold. But right now, it's also at all-time high. Look, for this same reason. So, and the same thing goes for Bitcoin. That's why we're seeing pump in Bitcoin. So people are just fleeing to either gold or Bitcoin. So this is exactly what you need to understand right now, this narrative. And when it comes to short-term TA, so let's talk about the short-term TA, and as to what I'm personally expecting from my trade right here, which is raking in $85,000 in profits. And quite honestly, certainly we have so many negative things that we actually talked about, especially with Tether, and also, so especially with Tether and the current OPEC, and it is positive for Bitcoin, but it can provide short-term volatility just because of the uncertainty in the markets. And usually people have this tendency of, pulling money out of the highest risk stuff first, which is in this instance Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So that's why we have this pattern right here, and listen to me carefully. I'm not done yet, so this is important. Right now, we actually are still just technically, we're hovering above this purple support, which just historically has been this resistance, and now it turned into a support. But here, right now, we actually formed this wedge, which I think is going to just simply dictate as to what is coming. So that's why I'm saying huge, big volatility and huge move is coming. So if we're going to be breaking to the upside, this is hopefully what's going to happen. Because again, technically, we have a pattern, and it can break either to the upside or to the downside. And we just, as active traders, we have to actually react to it. And again, guys, if you're not looking for those promo codes to get an up to 80% discount on my trading education, then I don't know, you're wasting your time. So anyway, if we're going to be breaking to the upside in this wedge, and this is what it seems like the price is trying to do here. So we got rejected from it yet again, but we'll see what's going to happen in just a couple of hours and today and tomorrow. But if we're going to take a look at the target, if it does break to the upside, the target of this wedge is $31,000. But as I said before, I would be taking my profits, some profits at least, at $30,000 for sure. Now, certainly, let's just be fair because we are reasonable traders. If it does end up breaking and actually breaking to the downside, then look, the target is again $25,000. So if it would break to the downside, would I actually close my long trade? The answer is no, because I entered right here at 24,200, somewhere actually right here. So if it would come back to retest it, I will be, and activate this kind of a pattern by moving to the downside, retest this area, and potentially then move off to the upside, which is very possible. A lot of market manipulation, and we kind of just technically are overdue for a small correction. I would be fine because I entered early, and so did you because you're part of Krallo family. But hopefully, we're going to break to the upside and move straight to 30K, like on all these news that, there is really no fleeing for people. There is no other door right now with the banking crisis, potentially oil crisis, the dollar rising that is happening, than gold or Bitcoin. So guys, check out this quick tutorial as to how to trade Bitcoin with proper risk and money management. And as always, peace and love. That is Krallo. Stay smart, stay rich, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.